Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you relaxed?
I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready. Bring it. Bring it.
So tell us, what is queening?
Oh, queening is what queens do. I think of myself as a queen. Therefore, everything that I do as a queen. So I rule. So queening is ruling with a iron fist that looks very fleshy, but that is queening. So it's going about my day, but in a very royal way.
Queening with the Empress. What can we expect from this new show?
Queening with the Empress is the new show to look out for. If you don't watch it, why are you alive? It's a show that will be bringing women's voices forward and highlighting a Zimbabwean woman's life. And I'm hoping that it resonates across the world because women's lives are the same. So we want to just bring forward all these things that women are experiencing, the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, the happy moments, the sad moments, and just generally as queens living our lives each day and surviving, making it through.
And your tagline is stepping into my queendom. Where are you taking us to?
You have a chance to get a front seat, to step in to my queendom. And in my queendom, you'll see how things are done, how I rule, how I voice, and you'll get to hear my opinions on some things. You might agree, you might not agree, but that is what conversation is about. So we will touch on many subjects. We'll touch on many subjects. So in the chambers of my queendom, all these things will be brought to light.
And what is your view on women empowerment?
I'm not so crazy about the word empowerment because many years ago, a man that I think is wise said, if someone can empower you, they can disempower you. So I want to say women have always had the power. It's just how maybe some people understand it. Women have always run homes. Women have always budgeted. Women have put children through school. Women have kept homes warm despite the situation. So women have always had the power. And all we are trying to do now is to push that voice and to show people that whatever the situation, women are strong, women are strength, and women can keep it moving. So that for me is women in power, not empower. Miss me with that empower. Beep.
And what is your take on cyberbullying of women, especially on social media?
Sadly, we are a broken people, not just in the country, but I think world over. We're broken people. So what the internet has done, it has given people that are broken, people that are hurt, people that are angry about everything and nothing, an opportunity to come forward and spew. I think that's the best word I can use. They spew so much hate, so much hurt, and hoping that they can spread their misery. And it's a horrible thing. I really wish that we could have a regulation on how some people interact, and maybe also in education, not just regulation, but also in education on how to interact on social media and to understand that whatever you post, like, can you try and be positive? Can you try and be honest? If you have nothing good to say, log off, because at some point that has to come back to you. And you know what they say about The Secret, you get what you put out. So if you put out hurt, you're going to get hurt. So if you're facing whatever you're facing, deal with it. Go for therapy. Talk to someone. Just don't bring it onto our timelines.
What is your message to cyberbullying?
Get a life. Get a life. Deal with whatever you're facing. If you can't say what you want to say and put your name to it, get a life.
Earlier on, you said women have power. Where does the power come from?
The power in women is in their DNA. It's in their hearts. It's in every breath they take. I don't think there's anything that I can attribute power in women from. It's in the DNA. The moment someone is born a woman, they have that power. They just need to find it and put it out.
And why should someone tune in every Thursday in the morning to watch Queening with the Empress?
Why shouldn't they? They need to watch because I think this show will talk about maybe issues that people have heard, but it's the direction that we will bring forward. We want to bring stories that maybe have not been heard. We want to talk to people that feel have been voiceless for a long time. So tune in and learn something new.
And who should watch?
Everyone, wonke umuntu, everyone. I think when we were brainstorming, the one thing that we said we wanted to be edutainment. So you'll be educated, but you'll be entertained. So you don't want to miss stories. Izindaba zimnandi. So you need to tune in. I am a daughter, a mother of a champion who is doing his second year at varsity. I am someone that enjoys and loves her food. I am someone who's proudly from Bulawayo. I am a queen, I am a queen. I enjoy traveling. I read a lot. And my bad habits, I'm someone who hates bad habits in other people, but I have like really bad ones. I hate people that use the word basically when they're presenting something to me. So like basically, all I am saying is basically, why are you bringing it to basic? Because you're taking away the power. Don't use basically on my watch. Empower, don't use that word in my space. But I'm a fun person. I can't whisper. My friends have told me that I can't whisper, and I have a habit of talking about people and pointing. So I'm not that person that you want to maybe gossip with. I am brutally honest. I'm a happy person. I have found my happy space, and I think I'm generally happy. And I enjoy life. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I would love that each week that we have the show, it starts a conversation. And then we have a conversation. On the show, we will have pages where people can interact, and that we start the conversation or we continue a conversation that's ongoing.
What can CITE do for you? The Center for Innovation and Technology offers a business opportunity to engage directly with your market online. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. For more information, visit our website and social media platforms. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. With CITE, you'll never miss a thing.
I don't want them to stop thinking about the show until the next one. I would love that each week that we have the show, it starts a conversation. And then we have a conversation. On the show, we will have pages where people can interact, and that we start the conversation or we continue a conversation that's ongoing. So we shouldn't stop, because the conversations that we'll be talking about, the topics, the guests that we're coming about are things that are real and are things that are happening every day. So let's not stop with each episode. Let's continue interacting and talking, and maybe we could hear different views.
And what's your favorite clothing item?
Well, my favorite clothing item would be my head wraps. I am such a sucker for head wraps and earrings. Like, I can't. If you want to win me, buy me a colorful piece of material and earrings. And then that part you could win me, and a watch. I love like a timepiece. I pride myself in that. So clothing, that's that. How much time do we have? For me, when I discovered the power and the symbolism of head wraps have been worn in Africa for a very long time. And it was then taken away from us. The culture of it was taken away from us because we were made to think that women are just their hair. And so we are living in a time where women are judged on what type of hair they have. Is it how many ever inches, or is it whatever, 100% this or 100% that? Is it professional? Is it not? And if you look up on internet, African hair, dreadlocks, for the longest time have been said to be unprofessional. And when you ask what professional hair is, it's straight and sleek hair. But I'm an African queen, so how do I have straight hair? I don't want to straighten my hair. My hair is my crown, and therefore I discovered that it's also in the mystery. Beauty is a mystery. And then I realized that the women that I love have had head wraps and they've stood there. There's something regal about it. And then I started wearing it and I realized that, oh, okay, it's really good. But then it also makes me stand apart. And it shows that I am proud of who I am, and I am very honored to walk the path that many women before me have walked and showcase that they are African and they're proud. Okay, number one, my biggest fear in life, chongololo. And I know it sounds really crazy, but so that's like a physical thing. But my greatest fear is to live this life, to die and not have achieved anything and be forgotten the day I die. So I'm living each moment, and to have regrets. There are people that are living in the past. I wish I had, I could have, I would have. People say life is short. I don't think so. I think life is as long as you want it to be. It's in what you're doing every day. So my greatest fear is not living a full life and finding myself regretting that I should have, I could have, I must have. Fear is strength. Fear is strength because it reminds me that I am, number one, a human. And two, fear is why I get up each morning, because I need to make sure that I'm constantly checking it. If I lay at home and do nothing, then I will not be remembered for anything. So the fear that is chasing me is keeping me alive and keeping me moving. It's same with the fear of chongololos. It's making me clean my house, especially now in the rainy season, because they have a way of crawling in and finding a place. So fear for me is a strength, and it keeps me moving. As cliche as it sounds, my son. My son is 22 this year. And when he looks at me, he believes I can do it. That boy thinks I can do anything. And that pushes me to constantly want to do more. I want him to think of his mother the way I think of my mother, who's late now. I want him to continuously see me as this superhero. And for my son, for my nieces, for my nephews, I want them to know and believe that anything is possible. So I am doing everything that I am. I'm working hard. I am showing up. I am being present so that they see that it is doable. They can do it too. There's no excuse. And so that is, yeah, that is what keeps me moving. That is what keeps me moving. Woo! What is my superpower? I've got many. My superpower is okay. Number one, my superpower is being able to sleep for 3 hours and functioning. I can't sleep anything more than 4 hours is too much sleep for me. And the other thing is learning to bite my tongue. That has been a superpower I discovered very late in life. That it's not everything that I think that I need to say. So that's become a superpower because there's always need to say something. But learning to hold back about what I'm doing, what my plans are, what my future is, that's been a superpower that I've discovered lately. And eating meat. Phew, that's like a superpower. Like I feel, yeah, I'm that person. I'm that typical Ndebele girl. To the women, you're queens. Live your life each day and reign it with your royal beauty, with your royal strength. Don't believe what everyone else has made you to believe.
What can CITEZW do for you? The Center for Innovation and Technology offers a business opportunity to engage directly with your market online. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. For more information, visit our website and social media platforms. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. With CITEZW, you'll never miss a thing.
This week, the most interesting thing I read this week is that an elephant has boobs. I don't know if I can say that. And unlike all the other animals, they're not like at the back. They're up here and they look human-like and they're very perky. I didn't know that. In my mind, I think my mind just didn't register it until I saw a picture of an elephant trying to get up and it had like, yo! I'm like, it looked so wrong. So that has been the most interesting thing. Who killed Malcolm X? Yeah, man, it's pulling at my heartstrings. So I've been watching that and learning new things. I think in my house I have a huge portrait of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, which is the only picture that was ever taken, and I inherited it from my mother. So learning more about Malcolm X, a man who stayed in my house rent-free for over 25 years, is amazing. It's amazing. Living a full life, being a happy person, changing the way people view different things. I'm going on 39. And many people want us to think that life begins at 40. So people don't leave waiting for 49. I am leaving because I think life begins the moment you decide it begins. So I want to have a full life and I want to be remembered by everyone that knows me as someone who was happy, someone who enjoyed her life, someone who was in the moment, Oh, wow. My mother is, now I'm old, I realize that she was a force. She was a woman, I think, that lived ahead of her time. And I always wonder now how she would fit into this system that we have. Because my mother was a human rights activist. And it was a time when we didn't have money. There was no money then. So now I wonder what her take would be on all the things that have happened. But she taught me to be strong. She taught me to be independent. She had me working and paying bills at 16. She taught me to be responsible. And over and above everything else, to remember that there is a God and there's lamadlozi ethu. So to make a perfect balance, that I should always remember whose I am and where I'm coming from, so that those that will come after me will find it ready, so that they also continue. So I'm grateful for that. And she taught me to stay in my lane. But work and get yours. Have your own focus. And that success and happiness is relative. So what I think is I've made it. But for me, it would be something to celebrate. So yeah, to celebrate everything. Remember women in everything that you do. Not just women. It seems Zimbabwe has different levels of women. But can you remember the women that feel forgotten? The women that are struggling to get by. The women that are living, for example, me in an urban city, but it feels like I'm living in a rural area. The young girls that have lost hope, that have lost their ambitions, that have been told that they won't amount to anything because they come from this country. To remember the people that are feeling embarrassed to be Zimbabwean, that as you make your decisions day by day, remember that I want to carry my green passport. I want to carry my metal ID because I'm that old. and be proud of who I am, and be proud of my country, and be proud of everything that happens. Me and many other women that are not here today. So, Mr. President, remember us as you do your daily work, as you president. As I am queening, remember as well as you're presidenting. And remember, that money, I still want that money, guys.
What you want to do with the money?
I want to buy my house. I want to buy a house. I want to have a house in my name that I can leave for my son and my grandchildren, hopefully. I want to have a car. I want a car. Why I want a car is that so I can drive. I have the dream of taking 2 months off to travel the 4 corners of Zimbabwe and just leave one day and travel and go around the 4 corners and chronicle it and show people that it is a beautiful country. That's what I want. And then get back to writing. That's what I want. So I want the money to do that. Because I don't want chassis switching me off, have fuel in my car, and travel and have that freedom to get up and go and not feel enslaved to do the same thing just to pay bills and make it to the next month. I want them to hear us, to listen to hear us. Our family outside Zimbabwe have listened and heard many other stories that are not ours. So their idea of Zimbabwe and our reality tends to be different. So I would love for them to tune in and listen to hear, not listen to answer or to comment or to anything, but listen to hear and hear our stories told by us, not our stories told by some international news agency that has its own agenda, but listen to us, to hear us. As difficult as things are, there's some things that we celebrate. So I want them to join with us in that and not just come at us sideways with everything that they have. So just listen to hear. To the women, you're queens. Live your life each day and reign it with your royal beauty, with your royal strength. Don't believe what everyone else has made you to believe. You are beautiful, you are strong, you can make a difference. Whatever your situation is, you can change it now. Don't wait for something, don't wait for a savior. Start now. And to the men, our kings, love us, honor us, respect us, and just do right. That's all we want. Kings in my Empress. Okay, kings in my empire are very present. Number one, my dad is late. He is, I still think of him in the present tense. He was a good man. He had his faults, but he was a good man. Then my brother, my older brother, he still treats me like a baby. He even calls me by the nickname that he gave me in preschool. So he's the only man who's allowed to call me by that. And the way he treats and spoils me, like, whoever wants to like sniff in my yard has to go through that man. And if he can do more than what my brother can do with the way he makes me feel, you know. And then there's a prince, my son, I've spoken about him. He is amazing. He's a champion. And yeah, Bako no wanna be, but we shall not say anything.
Cut.
Is the interview over?